Oh my god, we're actually back on the internet! Hi everybody! Welcome to the latest installment of My Dad Listens to This accidental Father's Day edition. But don't worry, you'll be getting two podcasts within 1 week of each other since we've been off the air to make up for it. I'm Juliet the daughter.
And I can't remember because it's been so long, but I think I'm Kevin the dad.
I hope so, otherwise, who did I celebrate Father's Day with today?
Some stranger.
But yeah, listeners, we were having so many microphone issues, but we've gotten a great microphone. It's picking up all the sound waves, and so we're going to do the episode we were going to do last week. Again, accidental Father's Day episode, but happy Father's Day, Dad. And so, Dad, this Father's Day, we're going to be discussing I Just Can't Stop It by The Beat, or as they were named for Americans because we're too dumb to understand the concept of bands coming from other countries, The English Beat. So, Dad, what do we need to know?
We need to know that the English beat started in 1978 as just the beat. They made the name change for the United States as there already was another band called the Beat.
Oh, was that band any
So
good?
I don't know, never heard them, have no idea, but there was another band called the Beat. So in order to avoid confusion, you got your English beat and you got your beat.
Okay.
Anyway, the original lineup was Dave Wakeling, vocals and guitar, born February 19th, 1956 in Birmingham, England. Ranking Roger, vocals, also known as Roger Charlie, born, wait for it, February 22nd, 1963.
Your birthday,
Yep,
same day as you, and same year, too.
yep,
Wow.
born in Birmingham. Andy Cox, guitar, birth date unknown, but he does exist.
Hmm.
Also born in Birmingham. Dave Steele, bass, born September 8th, 1960, Cowles, Isle of Wight, England. Everett Martin, drums, born April 5th, 1950, St. Kitts and Nevis. And saxophone, also known as Lionel Augustus Martin, born January 5th, 1930,
Wow.
Crofts Hill, Jamaica.
Interesting. Okay.
The Beats signed with Two Tone Records. The contract allowed them to leave the label after releasing just one single, which they did.
That's pretty generous.
Yeah, I think that's what Two Tone did for all their acts.
Wow.
Just give us a single and then you can do whatever you want.
Hmm.
So they formed their own label, Go Feet Records. Feet, go.
Go feet go, like go dog go.
There you go. The single they released on Two Tone was a cover of Smokey Robinson and the Miracles' Tears of a Clown, backed with Ranking Full Stop.
Oh, that
Now,
song.
at the time, Saxo was a session musician who was helping the band record their single, but became a full-time member of the band. He was 48, a whole generation older than the rest of the Beat band members.
Mm-hmm.
The single went to number 6 on the UK singles chart. The Beats' debut album, I Just Can't Stop It, was released in the UK on Go Feet Records and in the US on Sire Records. The release date was May 23, 1980. Except for the covers, every song was credited to the band, minus Saxa. Bob Sargent produced the album, as he did the two subsequent albums. I Just Can't Stop It got raves from almost everyone, except from Record Mirror, who thought the Beat were better at singles than an album. I actually found the review, and they just were hating on this album a lot.
Wow.
But it also made numerous year-end best albums lists. The Beat's second album, What Happened, was released on May 8, 1981. It was different musically, focusing more on West African music, which the band had been listening to a lot while on tour with the Pretenders. What Happened hit number 3 on the UK albums chart, but the singles didn't do as well. Fans thought the band had mellowed out, but it still got good reviews though.
Well, reggae is mellow music. I
Well,
hate
this
to
was
break the
this
news.
this was mellower.
Uh,
The Beats' third and final album, Special Beat Service, came out on October 1st, 1982. It hit number 39 on Billboard's 200 albums chart due to the singles I Confess and Save It for Later, both of which had videos that were played on MTV, which at the time was only a little over a year old, so they had to play whatever they could because, they had 24 hours of time to fill each day.
and they don't have enough Beavis and Butthead cartoons to fill up those 24 hours.
No, this was like 1982, 83. No,
Uh,
they weren't around.
mm.
The Beat broke up in 1983. Touring was getting to the band, and the members had different visions of the band's future. They also wanted to end while they were still on top. Dave Wakeling had a theory that bands only have 3 really good albums in them.
That's an interesting theory. Do you agree with it?
It depends who you are. I mean, if the Beatles had stopped after the third album, we wouldn't have gotten Rubber Soul and Revolver.
Yeah, that's true.
Depends who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Wakeling and Ranking Roger formed General Public and got a hit song with Tenderness. And guess what? General Public also released only 3 albums.
Huh.
Andy Cox and Dave Steele formed Fine Young Cannibals along with Roland Gift. Their 1989 album, The Raw and the Cooked, spawned two number 1 hits, She Drives Me Crazy and Good Thing.
Raw and Cooked is a good name for a band with cannibals in the title.
Everett Morton and Saxa formed International Beat along with singer Tony Beat. That's with 2 E's.
Mm-hmm.
In the 2000s, there were 2 versions of the band. The UK version of the Beat with Ranking Roger, and Dave Wakeling fronted a US version called what else?
The English Beat.
Very good.
Oh, man.
Saxa died in 2017. He was 87 years old.
Wow.
Ranking Roger died in 2019 while undergoing treatment for lung cancer. He was 56. Everett Morton died in 2021. He was 71. The Beat are considered one of the most important two-tone bands of the second wave of ska. Other bands were The Specials, The Selector, and Madness. They've been eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame since 2003.
Do you think they should get in?
Well, I'm surprised that neither they nor The Specials have been inducted. If it was down to me, I'd go with The Specials. But I think second wave ska was way too under the radar in the United States. It was definitely more popular in the UK. The closest they've gotten to the Hall is Dave Wakeling donated his Vox teardrop guitar that he used for 26 years.
Wow.
So I guess if you go into the Hall of Fame, you'll see his guitar.
So technically in there.
I can't remember if who he saw playing it on TV. I don't know if it was George Harrison or if it was Brian Jones, but he saw it and he thought, I got to get one of these. You know, he's a kid and he kept it for that long and then he replaced it with another teardrop one.
Yeah.
As for me, I first heard them back in the day from Uncle Joey via his friend John Sprague.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The John connection.
Yeah, I think Uncle Joey may have either taped the album or maybe just a few songs from it. Because I do remember hearing Tears of a Clown, Twist and Crawl, and Mirror in the Bathroom. Then I heard those and other Beat songs on WBRU over the years, and they were the only Rhode Island station that played the band.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
I think it was within the past 2 years, Uncle Joey and I saw the English Beat at the Met Cafe in Pawtucket with John Sprague as the opening act.
Which is pretty cool.
He was DJ Greenwood Hi-Fi.
Yep, that's his alias.
He played like these really old reggae albums. I mean, he definitely established a very relaxed vibe. And he got a shout out from Dave Wakeling, so there you go.
Oh, cool. What did Dave say?
Hey, like to thank Greenwood Hi-Fi for opening.
That's nice.
Appreciate it. Yep.
Yeah.
And the reason it's called Greenwood is because he grew up on Greenwood Avenue, less than a block from where me and Uncle Joey and Uncle Michael grew up.
And Mike Healy was on the street behind, which one?
No, he was like right next door to us.
Oh, really next door. Okay.
Yeah. As for I Just Can't Stop It, there were 2 versions released when it first came out in 1980.
Yes, that's right.
The UK release had 12 songs, while the US had 14. The 2 extra songs were their two-tone single, Tears of a Clown and Ranking Full Stop. When I got the CD ages ago, I had to make sure it was the 1990 IRS 14-song CD version, because when they remastered it, they came out with the 12-song version. But nowadays, if you can still find the CD out there, you get all 14 songs, and that has now become the standard. The album cover is iconic with the band members all in silhouette.
Yeah, I like the art style.
And also iconic is Beat Girl, who is on the front and back covers of the album.
Like Batgirl, but Beat Girl?
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, why not?
I'm trying to think, who's cooler, Batgirl or Beat Girl?
Probably Batgirl.
Yeah, Yvonne Craig, pretty tough to top. Okay, let's just dive into this.
Or if the animated series was your thing, first it was it Melissa Gilbert and then Tara Strong?
Yeah.
Yeah, so also good actresses too. Okay, opening track, Mirror in the Bathroom. Very good guitar strumming. I think they do a great cover of Bruce Springsteen's rendition of Jimmy Cliff's Trapped. And the saxophone soloist does a great job too. The lyrics by themselves might throw someone off, so I went on Genius Lyrics. Their analysis is that this is a song about narcissism. The lyric that encapsulates this perfectly is going window shopping, not to see what's in the window display, but to look at yourself. I think what makes this song work is the key they set it in, giving this song an undercurrent of darkness. But in all honesty, I forget what this song is supposed to be about because of how catchy the title is with Mirror in the Bathroom. So if the goal is to make a catchy song, it works.
Mhm. Dave Wakeling wrote the lyrics when he was working construction.
Oh,
He'd had some drinks, few too many. The next morning he was
uh-oh.
hungover, and the prospect of going back to work had no appeal. So he just started talking to himself in the mirror, saying, "We don't have to do this."
Mm-hmm.
But he did because, quote, "because we needed Guinness that night," unquote.
Honestly, that's the reason most people go into work. I go to work to be able to afford the things that I want to buy for myself.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because of beer in general.
Well, beer, cigarettes, drugs if it's really dark. Yeah.
He also wrote about spending Saturdays window shopping where you just see the reflections of yourself in the windows.
And that can be kind of disorienting sometimes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You just have to learn to look through
Yeah, the glass
and
and
see,
at
oh,
yourself.
there's all that crap I want to buy that I don't really need.
And be grateful that you're not a bird going, who's that other person in the glass? Why are they staring at me? Why do they look like me? Oh, no, wait, that is me.
And there actually was a restaurant that he did see that did have glass tables. So you could watch yourself eat. You could just look down.
Was it this in London or somewhere else?
Well, he was from Birmingham,
Oh,
so I
Birmingham.
guess somewhere in Birmingham.
Huh.
So yeah, it's just like spending life watching yourself, not paying attention to others. Not like that could be, a thing that could go wildly out of control these days, could it?
Oh, absolutely not.
No,
No.
no, no. We're too mature for that sort of thing. Um, the bass line to me is the song, just absolutely unforgettable. The sound of the whole song has a touch of menace to it,
Mhm.
and it's a little echoey on one hand, but on the other hand, I also feel it's kind of claustrophobic, maybe because he's just focusing on himself, and I think
Yeah,
that comes
tunnel
across
vision.
in the sound.
Yeah.
And I said this before we started recording, and I'll say it again, that Bruce's version of Trapped came out a few years later.
Yeah, but they could have done a cover after that came out.
No, but this was 1980,
Yeah.
and Bruce was 1985.
Oh, yeah, they were broken
Unless
up
the
by
beat
then.
was able to time travel, or unless they heard Jimmy Cliff's version, but I'm not sure
It's
when
a
his came out.
hypothetical, Dad. Sheesh, let me have fun.
You kids and your multiverses. I'll tell you. Okay, next.
Hands off, she's mine. Okay, what I thought this was going to be about was one popular instance in romance novels, or romance genre, at least one of my favorites, is when a character is confronted by a past lover that won't leave them alone, and the new partner confronts the old one, telling them to back off. Another popular offshoot of this is when the main character is hurt by someone from their past, and the new lover utters that classic line, "Who did this to you?" Because it means someone's gonna get every bone broken in their body. Why is this popular? Well, a lot of people have been hurt or damaged by past lovers physically and mentally. So, in romance novels in particular, it's cathartic to read about a partner who loves you confronting someone who didn't and dispensing vengeance or justice because you don't get those moments in real life. Anyway, back to the song. This one is a bit more every breath you take, every move you make, and that when he sees this woman with another guy, he starts to lose it. He eventually does get with her and makes sure everyone else stays away, but then there's another guy going hands off, she's mine, and the cycle repeats. I end the song feeling bad for the woman and how she's getting these men who want to possess her to the backdrop of happy sounding music.
Yeah, and it's funny that you mentioned that because a lot of women would go up to Dave Wakeling saying that they were offended by this song, and he said,
It-
"Well, yeah, you should be. That's the point, because you shouldn't be treated like that."
exactly. And then did they go, oh,
Yeah,
okay, and then leave?
well, face palm
Yeah, it's to
or
call
head
out
palm.
it's to call out the stalkers and the creeps, not saying you should be one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
yeah,
have we discussed Run for Your Life yet? By John in the
yeah,
previous episodes?
we
Okay.
have done Rubber
Okay.
Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's jealousy. That's pretty much the song. And yeah, there is some paranoia too.
Hmm.
You're with someone and all of a sudden it's like everyone else becomes a rival. It's like, stay away, stay away.
Or in dangerous cases, a potential predator.
Hmm.
Because this day and age, you just don't know.
Yeah. We were so much more innocent back then.
No,
And
you
I
just got
thought,
murdered quicker.
oh, okay. Um, and I thought the last verse had a good surprise ending. And yeah, it's all delivered with a happy ska beat.
Yeah.
And the phrase, hands off, she's mine, is catchy. And we also get a vibe solo.
Next track, Two Swords. Not to be confused with the Two of Swords in the tarot deck. Great
Oh,
opening
okay.
lyrics. I've never been one for a punch up, but look, I really hate those Nazis. Also, what a day and age I live in now where people don't universally hate the Nazis. Sheesh, felt common where I was growing up, but maybe that was my ignorance as a kid. I say if you want to punch one of them, go right ahead. I'm not stopping you. Miss Piggy did it in a Muppets thing once, and it was fun. I feel like this song is trying to say, hey, if you're looking for a fight, be sure it's the right kind of fight and not an excuse to beat someone up. But I feel like if you see a bunch of Nazis and you have an itch to punch them, you don't need to do some soul searching first. Punch their lights out for all I care.
Oh, that's interesting because um, I thought it was more like a call to fight violence with nonviolence.
Mm,
Because Dave Wakeling tells us he's not one for punch ups, even though he hates those Nazis. But something in him goes off. But he also asks, how could he hate them so violently? Well, they're Nazis.
they're
But
Nazis. It's not
I,
rocket science.
I kind of get it because his thing is like, you just can't go around beating up people like that because that can make you as much of a fascist as they are.
No, still punch Nazis.
Yeah.
Nazis are racist. Nazis are horrible.
So it's justified ass kicking?
Yeah, absolutely. We
Okay.
don't like your kind around here, you white supremacists. Get off my lawn.
Well, that's when you bring out the rifle.
Ah,
Ah,
okay, that
okay.
works.
Because because the key line is when two swords start slashing at each other, they only sharpen one another.
Mm. Moral of the story, beat up Nazis.
Okay.
That's what I took away.
And again, it's a sprightly song with solid drumming by Everett Morton. I want to say Everett Norton. Everett Morton.
Next track, Twist and Crawl, not to be confused with Twist and Shout. This song reminds me of masking, where individuals on the spectrum consciously or unconsciously suppress traits to appear neurotypical. But in this guy's case, he's trying not to let his actual feelings about the breakup show and is trying to adopt a little cool, I'm over it attitude, acting like he's actually fine because he can do whatever he wants now and also alter his appearance too. Maybe even to the extreme of gender reassignment surgery, as he seems to hint at. The chorus of Twist and Crawl sounded like they were gonna hit the cadence of "Let's go surfing now, everybody's learning
Hmm.
how, come on and safari with me." The chorus was the most fun part, aside from the soft opening drums.
Okay. Um, Instead of having like the confidence of twist and shout, it's the agony of twist and crawl. And it seems like the singer has run into an ex at a nightclub and he tells her how she broke his heart and it wasn't supposed to be that easy. He says that she can't hurt him anymore. He shut himself off emotionally. Maybe
Yeah, I don't buy it.
because the sight of her makes him want to twist and like crawl away like
Slink back into the ooze from
yeah,
whence he
from whence he
came.
came. And he tries to convince himself he's made a new way, his mind's rearranged, but he really can't be sure of anything again. But he does try to put on a brave front where he sings, I can have a new face, I can have a new body, but in the end, he can have a twist and crawl. And I think the bass line makes this song, and it has like this really unusual sound to it. I wish I could describe it. I mean, Uncle Joey, if you're listening, you probably
Yeah, tell us what it is.
know what this how they got this effect, but it's one of those things that you have to hear for yourself because I just can't describe it accurately. And listeners, I'm really sorry for that. I mean, it sounds like and even that's not right.
Next track, Tears of a Clown. Guy is putting on a face to appear happy to the public and to the girl, but he's crying inside. The song isn't subtle, but it really hammers you over the head with a Pagliacci smile, the most famous sad clown from opera. And I still can't listen to Pagliacci's aria. I first heard it on that episode of Batman the Animated Series where Veronica Vreeland goes out with the penguin and he takes her to the opera to see Pagliacci. And then I heard Pavarotti do it, and I heard Prince Poppycock from America's Got Talent do it, and I was just too sad. I just get too sad when I hear that. Anyway, musically, the song is fun in this version, trying to keep up the show, and the opening notes, I don't know if you noticed, are the same as Spanish Bums.
Doom, 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 doom.
As for the famous Smokey Robinson original, I hate that opening flute. I've never liked it. Just something about it rubs me the wrong way. And I used to hear this at Whole Foods all the time. But his high voice and the opening flute do create more of a circus vibe. I think if I had to pick which version to listen to, though, I would take the English beats just so I don't have to hear that flute and get Whole Foods flashbacks. I love you, though, Carl.
Oh man, okay. This was written by Hank Cosby.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
Nope.
no relation to Bill.
Hope not.
Smokey Robinson and Stevie Wonder. And it was originally performed by Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. And it's the classic laughing on the outside, crying on the inside cliche.
Yeah.
But you know what? No one did it better than Smokey. And yeah, as you pointed out, in his version, the music is very circus-like, which...
I'm like, oh God, no, turn it off.
Oh,
turn
come
it
on, you
off.
gotta be kidding.
I
That
don't
makes the
like it.
song.
I don't like it. I don't like that flute. I'm just like, ugh.
Okay, you're allowed. You're allowed. That's why we have this podcast.
And now I have Whole Foods flashbacks when I hear it too. So I'm like, oh, now I'm bagging ice again.
You're getting hit with the carriage. You're getting hit with the carriage.
Yeah.
You're getting hit with the carriage. We'll go on that story some other day.
Yeah.
The Beats version is flat out ska, and it is faster, and I find it more danceable too. Thus, it really is a great cover.
Next track, Rough Rider. You could interpret this in a lewd way for fun if you wanted to. She keeps screwing this man so roughly he can't move the next day. But I think this is in the sense she's literally giving him a hard time, keeping him up at night. The groove reminds me of the blues when they do the dun 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 dun, and you vent about whatever's going on in your life. A chill beat, but I don't find myself going, yeah, man, yeah. As for Prince Buster, I hear a bit more moan and groan in his voice, like, I'm so tired of this. And that little keyboard part is really fun. I would re-listen just for that solo.
Yeah, so this was written and originally performed by Prince Buster. Yeah, she was a rough rider, but so was he. And as I thought these lyrics were hilarious. Me take off me jeans, and she's starting to scream. Take off me brief, and then she says, good grief. So
either he's packing or he's really gross.
Could be both.
Ugh.
Yeah, Prince Buster's original is laid back compared to the Beats version, and that is not a criticism. So you have a Rough Rider for whatever mood you need.
Next track, Click Click. We go from a 5-minute song to a song that's not even 1:30. Guy wants all his troubles to go away, so click click, and then they do. I would say if you are having these thoughts, don't listen to this song and get help. Call the hotline or check yourself into the emergency room. But this is what I think of when I think of punk. A song that's in and out dealing with a serious topic with an unceasing, intense guitar, and then it's over. I like it, but could I listen to it after a rough day? Better not. And then there's also the other side of this extreme where Doug Stanhope does a joke about how the school shooters all stole his idea. It's like he goes to his high school reunion. It's like, so what have you been up to? I've been stockpiling since I was talking to you, motherfucker. Poova!
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, man. Okay.
That's why he's a comedian.
All right. Okay.
Better to get it out that way.
So, click, click. Russian roulette, anyone?
Yeah.
Now, Dave Wakeling wrote this song while living in Birmingham, and at the time he was thinking, maybe being dead was better than living in Birmingham.
Oh, that's dark.
Yeah. But apparently he just decided to write a song about it. And I kind of got the impression that he seems to be encouraging the despondent person to carry it out. You call it a nightmare. Now I call it a day. You should hold yourself steady at the edge of the bed. Yeesh. Yeah. And the music is definitely urgent. And yeah, it's a very fast song. Don't try this at home, kids.
Definitely don't try it at home. Next song, Ranking Full Stop. This reminds me of when I used to play Red Light, Green Light, Wax Museum, or 1, 2, 3 Sunshine. There's a lot of theater games like this. In this case, it's dance until you hear Ranking Full Stop give the signal for you to stop dancing. If this has a deeper meaning, let me know. Otherwise, I think this would be a fun party game to play if you had some music on.
Oh, it definitely would. Like musical chairs or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Ranking Rogers' song. Ranking was also known as toasting, which was like you just got on the mic and talked about how great you were. So yeah, it's the vocalist speaking over beats, kind of a Jamaican forerunner to rapping, possibly. And full stop is a phrase for a period. So Roger gives dance instructions. When I say stop, you must stop. I said move to your left and then move to your right. But he's also trying to get everyone together on the floor. Tell you about this song and you got to unite. So everybody get in line, as David Byrne would say. But it ends on an ominous note where he just says, I'm dead. And the song stops.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So I guess he definitely full stopped.
Next track, Big Shot. The guy who I was thinking of as the big shot in this song is Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. Because I don't know if you saw the viral moment of him at the Oscars.
No.
So he's on the red carpet, and around his neck He's showing off a $19.2 million basketball card that he's keeping around his neck with a diamond-encrusted pendant. The guy next to him, a film director from Iran who would be arrested on sight upon setting foot back into his own country. I'll take billionaires who should be put in the gulag for 100, Alex. Anyway, I like how this song is told in two perspectives. One from the employee who can't believe a man with no taste and so much unhealthy excess has power over his life. Mike and I have talked about this a little bit with how rich people who are on Wall Street seem to be stuck in the Patrick Bateman 1980s aesthetic when it comes to their hair being slicked back and the suits. And you're like, dude, that hasn't been cool for forever. Why are you wasting your money on looking like that? And the second perspective is
Cosplay?
the second perspective is the boss who gets joy from seeing the coworker freezing at the bus stop because he knows that he has to do what the boss says and the boss still gets the money at the end of the day. Point is, if this song doesn't make you want to throw a revolt that makes the French Revolution look like a kid's birthday party with a bouncy castle, I don't know what will.
Jeez. Yeah, so the big shot is fat and can afford to be tasteless. I'm sorry, I gotta ask. I mean, wouldn't you be worried if you were wearing a $19 million thing around your neck that someone would just come up and behead you? Or
He probably doesn't wear it all the time. I assume he just wanted to show it off at the Oscars that day. Like, ooh, look at this new thing I bought. Like, the same vibe as Elliot in Breaking Bad. It's like, does he really have to open his birthday presents in front of us like a little kid?
oh
He's like
yeah,
a little kid
yeah,
showing off his new toy.
yeah, yeah. Or maybe he had bodyguards with him or something, but I
Yeah,
just can't
maybe.
imagine.
Yeah, it's
Like
stupid.
anyway,
Anyway,
because I mean, this is a Whole Food story. I don't mean to sidetrack, but to talk about wearing like expensive things.
yeah.
Um, this was from Milton, the
Oh, yeah.
maintenance guy from Brazil.
Hey, how are you, my friend?
Yes.
He was the only one who said that to me because I think he knew that I was your kid. He was piss and vinegar to everybody else in customer service except me
Yep.
because he liked you.
Yep. Oh yeah, yeah. But anyway, he was from Brazil, and he showed me this massive watch that he got, like one of those Rolex. I think it was a Rolex. The thing
Mhm.
was huge on his wrist, and I think he told me it cost him $7,000. Like, oh my God, you better be careful with that watch. I mean, you're wearing it to work. And he told me that if he was back in Brazil,
Yeah.
that they would think of nothing of coming up with a machete, cutting off his hand at the wrist, and sliding off the watch. And hey, I'm rich. Until the next person captures that guy, and we get the cycle all over again. So,
That's probably why he felt safe wearing that watch in the US.
yeah, because that was not going to happen.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, where am I? Oh, yeah. So, anyway, the big shot, he wants the whole lot. He also controls the singer. And the big shot gets his turn to say that, yeah, I really do all those things. And he likes to sneer as he sails past the bus stop. And he says, I watch you struggle, and it gets me red hot. Like, oh,
Ugh.
yeah. And the sky is as angry as Dave Wakeling singing on this one.
Next track. Wine and Grind, Stand Down Margaret. You just know they sell wine and grind wine glasses somewhere on the internet.
I'm sure they do.
So at first, this song sounds like whatever your problems are, come and dance. And I like the soft horns in the Prince Buster original. Then it turns into a protest song against Margaret Thatcher. Because as he goes on, he doesn't really see anything worth dancing to, so he addresses the former PM directly. I say former because, she's dead now, but she was still prime minister when this song came out.
Oh, yeah, it was 1980,
Yeah.
I believe.
To stop contributing to the violence in London, which was rampant under her, and also not to start World War III, which, if this was before the war in the Falklands started, then that was pretty prescient. Like Reagan in the US, most things wrong with the UK can now all be traced back to her. Thanks a lot, Maggie. So if you want to get angry about history, listen to this. But if you want to get happy again, remember, they're dead and you're not. Happy Pride.
Uh-huh. Okay, Wine and Grind was originally written and performed by Prince Buster. And so we get two songs in one. The first half is Wine and Grind. It's, how do I put this nicely? Sensual Jamaican dancing.
Yeah, that works.
Whining is where the hips are rotating, and grinding, well,
You don't need to.
we all know
spell
what
that
grinding
one
is,
out.
don't we?
Yeah.
Don't we? Anyway.
Kids, go Google it yourself if you don't.
And then it abruptly changes to a call for Margaret Thatcher to stand down or step down from power. There was high unemployment and fear of nuclear war. And per Dave Wakeling, quote, Thatcher broke the unions. She sold shares of
Yeah.
companies that the people already owned, all of which flopped in value.
Yep.
A generation saw their parents give up on life as they saw their own opportunities stunted.
Yep.
They saw the town where they'd grown up dismantled. She was very divisive.
Mm-hmm.
And he sums it up in the song with the lyrics, I see no joy, I see only sorrow, I see no chance of your bright new tomorrow. I'm pretty sure she did not get the message.
Nope.
And when I was doing research on this song, there was some one in, I guess it was the House of Lords saying, man, I love the English beat, but, that song, guys, kind of need to lighten up.
Just shows how out of touch they are. Huh?
And the music's the same happy ska throughout the song. But it's the lyrical shift that took everyone by surprise. Because Wine and Grind's going along, then all of a sudden, oh, wait a minute, what's happening here?
You know what? I bet that same guy said to the school children, it's like, kids, I love you, but complaining about what Margaret Thatcher's doing to your milk, that's a bit harsh, isn't it?
Was she putting chalk in the milk?
No, okay, let me Google what it was because I can't remember if it was a tax on the milk or if she took away free milk in schools. One moment.
Oh, okay.
For the school kids who were hungry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The British press dubbed her Thatcher Milk Snatcher because she sponsored legislation to eliminate the free milk program for kids in public English schools.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
and I know this because I was thinking of it recently because I was listening to the song and I was thinking, oh, I should watch The Iron Lady again. So I watched some people recapping The Crown, and one of them was a drag queen. I think it was the Vivian. She went to a drag party where you all had to dress up as like a Meryl Streep character. So she dressed up as the Iron Lady. And then at the end of her set, she chugged like a little thing of milk.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's what she's known for. And Patrick Stewart still remembers what she did to the theater industry in England. He said they've still never recovered from it. I think that's why he's a socialist now.
What happened?
She just did. So the arts in the UK have a lot more government subsidies than we do in the US comparatively.
Uh-huh.
Still, the bullshit thing is you have to pay for a program if you want one, which I don't agree with.
Oh, okay.
But she slashed a lot of their funding, and it really hurt a lot of the actors in the UK and a lot of the old theaters. And yeah, basically every theater actor in the 70s and 80s in England fucking hates Margaret Thatcher.
Okay.
Anyway, maybe I'll watch The Iron Lady again. Also, rest in peace, Anthony Head. He's in that movie as John Major, I think. Next track, Noise in This World. I feel like this guy isn't thrill-seeking so much as chasing a distraction. Maybe it's a woman, or maybe he also just wants to feel something dangerous, just to feel something or to take his mind off things. This song moves at a lightning fast pace, maybe to mimic the swing of his emotions, so you're going to need to read the lyrics for this one. Dad, if you have an interpretation, I'd like to hear it.
Okay, I thought it was, hey, kids, dating is fun. And some of the lyrics, I'm just the crossed out names in your book. You're so graceful, you so hateful, I feel clumsy when I'm near you. Whatever jackknife feels right, tearing at my own face. So it's just like, I think he's just trying to meet someone and it's just not going well. And he realizes, I'm hideous. You despise me, don't you?
He's saying he's like Travis Bick.
No, it was Ugadi?
No, I know it's,
oh, yeah,
Ugadi,
okay.
But I'm getting the vibe of like when Travis Bick takes her to the movie theater to see that porno and he just completely, like he's been so isolated from other people, he thinks, oh, let's see, what a girl's like. Okay, pie and movies. Oh, I know, I'll take her to the porno I go to all the time. And Mike and I are just sitting there because we forgot about that scene and we're going, oh no.
Yeah. Anyway, the music is as happy as the topic and it's all over in a merciful 2 minutes and 17 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Next track, Can't Get Used to Losing You. Andy Williams did this song first. How about that? The singer even incorporates some of Andy's vocal tone. And I realized I had heard this song before with the chorus of Loving You. That's really the only part I remember. I find the music's key interesting because it's happy. If you really want to get in depth, you could argue that he's still going to be miserable while the world goes on around him and you find yourself bobbing along. As for Andy's version, it's in the same key, but those pizzicato strings are really startling, like teardrops plip-plopping on the ground. I think I like the beats' better because it's more sensual, like the dying flames of love are still smoldering in the embers.
This was written by Doc Pomus and Mort Schumann, and it was originally performed by Andy Williams. It went to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 singles chart in April 1963. I hadn't heard this version in decades.
Yeah, you're not really a fan of his when it comes to the other crooners, right?
Yeah, but you know what? This is a damn good song.
Mm,
Andy's voice is double tracked, and
that's what it is. Okay.
yep, and I think he ended up doing like all the background vocals and everything.
Oh,
And I
cool.
think this had to have been the first encore when Nelson, Bart, and Milhouse saw him in Branson.
I was thinking of Nelson the whole time. I
Because
didn't think he was gonna do Moon River,
but
but bam,
bam, second
second
encore.
encore.
Yeah. And the thing with Andy Williams' version, there's a slight, and I mean slight hint of reggae to it. Last
Oh.
person you would ever expect, but I'm listening to it, so I'm thinking, yeah, I can definitely pick up on why the Beat chose to cover this. And thank God they did, because Elvis Costello was all set to cover this song until he said the Beat beat him to it.
Thank God.
I guess he was trying to be funny with that line, but yeah, the Beat did a great job of it.
Thank
And
God. Thank
I
God.
just have to say, one of my neighbors from my childhood and hardcore Andy Williams fan, the late Mrs. McCarthy, would have been appalled with the Beats version.
Do John and Mike and Uncle Joey know about this?
I don't know, but I really wish that I had had like some sort of situation when I could have said, "Hey, listen to this."
I just see her jaw drop on the floor.
Mm.
Oh man. Can I share one Andy Williams story really quickly?
Oh, you go right ahead.
I remember this when I was a kid. He was on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me as the guest, and on the panel was Paula Poundstone, and she said she hated his specials now as an adult because, he would do the Christmas specials all the time when you were a kid,
Oh
right?
yeah,
And he'd bring on his own kids and stuff, right?
yeah.
And she said, I'm watching this, and she's like, nobody's kids act that way. Like, it's Christmas, and they're nuts, and they can't sit still. And he goes, well, I can't speak for your kids, but I can speak for mine. They were that well behaved.
Oh,
People were laughing, and Paula was laughing too. Next track, Best Friend. Okay, not really sure what this song is about, although I've never thought I would hear the phrase suck on an ice cream said so aggressively, especially considering I'm taking you out for ice cream for Father's Day later. Maybe best
yeah.
friend in this context is code for lover or something in this case. But then I realized this guy is finally learning something about a narcissist's personal life, because all the guy ever does is talk about himself. Are they even really your best friend if you don't talk about them with other people? This seems very unhealthy. And Dad, I'm going to ask a question I just thought of just now. If you told somebody, go suck on an ice cream, what bad flavor would you want to be forced into their mouth?
Oh, rum raisin
Oh, yeah.
or butterscotch or Rocky Road.
I think rum raisin would be the go to because I don't know how I'd feel with like raisins and ice cream. Ugh,
Oh, yeah.
ugh. That don't work. Anyway,
That's like I'm gonna sidetrack here for a minute. Sorry, everyone, but I've been following this thing on YouTube every once in a while. It's kind of like Black Family Feud,
oh yeah, I love that guy.
and they had one with for some reason there's this thing with potato salad with raisins,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking I have never ever in my life.
Wasn't the category what would you not want to find in a black people haunted house? Is that what
Yeah,
it was?
yeah.
Yeah. Potato salad with
I'm
raisins.
thinking, why would you put raisins in potato salad? It's just disgusting.
Even mom wouldn't dare to do that.
I hope not. Anyway, um, Best Friend was another song where Dave Wakeling found himself singing this in the mirror. So it seemed that his best friend was himself, and it kind of pops up in the lyrics. Talk about yourself again, and no one seems to share your views, but it doesn't bother him. Musically, I think this is my favorite song on the album. Great horn section and just great all around pop song.
Oh, you know what someone should do? Have you ever heard of the term animatics? So that's when somebody does a rough drawing of what's going to be a fully animated video later on as like
Okay.
a rough draft. I want someone to do an animatic of this song with Harvey Dent slash Two Face.
Oh, that would work.
Yes. Final track, Jackpot. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I always love it when an album ends with a goodbye song. It just tickles me. And it's a happy note to end on, right? Guy wins the jackpot and he might be persuading his lover to stay, and they say, bye bye, over and over in a way you can picture them leaving the stage and you're waving back at them. As for the pioneers, the slower tempo creates a different vibe, like they're going to intentionally slow down this moment, but I think I prefer the English beat.
Yeah, this was written by George Agard, Sidney Crooks, and Jackie Robinson. And no,
Not the
not
baseball one,
that Jackie Robinson.
obviously. Yeah.
I was originally performed by the Pioneers in 1968, and it's about hitting the jackpot after trying and trying, finally make it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think the Pioneers version is definitely mellow reggae. And the Beat put their own spin on it with some eyebrow raising lyrics like, "Say, do you feel all right? Did the Beat come all over you tonight?" Yeah.
Ooh.
Anyway, ranking Rogers on lead vocals on this one. And towards the end, when you're talking about a farewell, he does drop a few lines from the song Jamaican Farewell. "I'm sorry to say, but I'm on my way. I won't be back for many a day."
Mm.
And it's just all very peppy. And yeah, great way to end the album with a goodbye song.
Overall, the English Beat is the better ska punk band we've listened to on the show. I can't even remember the music from the other one.
Dance Hall Crashers, is that what you're thinking of?
Dance Hall Crashers. You just said that I really hated it, and
You
I
did.
remember nothing from that episode.
But you do like the Interrupters, though.
Oh, the band that Mike sent me? I just like that song, She's Kerosene.
Okay.
That's all that I've heard, though.
Okay.
Maybe it just depends on the band. I like how they alternated between a punk track and a reggae track, like double fantasy-esque. Sorry,
Yeah, but the
John.
thing is, you want to listen to every single song. You don't want to skip over every other song.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, Dad's gonna find this comparison interesting. But I wonder if, like Double Fantasy, some listeners only picked one genre to listen to on the entire album and skipped the other tracks altogether. Could be possible. I don't know.
Could be, especially when the CDH came
Yeah.
along and you could program them.
And I think I'd listen to the more punk ones, but I liked what I heard.
Okay, overall, I Just Can't Stop It is a great album from ska second wave, but I have to put it right behind the Special's monumental debut album, though. That thing is incredible. I might get to it someday.
Sure.
But yeah, great album. Really appreciated it, like having to listen to it very closely. Really got a lot more appreciation for the album. So you can suck at Record Mirror.
All right, as always, thank you for listening to the latest installment of My Dad Listens to This. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Because remember, the more you listen to the more you interact, I should say, with the episode, the greater chance we have of appearing on the YouTube homepage. If you follow me on social media, I post the episodes there. If you're friends with my dad, tell him what you want to listen to, and he can send it right to your inbox. And also a special shout out, this is not a sponsorship. Thank you, Solid Slate Logic, for saving our podcast with this great new microphone. We're really liking it so far. As always, thank you for listening to the latest installment of Dad Listens to This. We will be back next week with another album to nitpick and gripe about, and then go back to the 2-week schedule. But Dad, anything you want to say before we sign off?
I can stop any time I want. I just choose not to.
Homer Simpson.